I think the most significant difference between DSTs and OZ zones or OZ funds is DSTs are because you're buying or you're investing in fully stabilized assets, an asset that's been built out, tenanted, and is already cash flowing. Most people invest in DSTs primarily for the tax advantaged cash flow, secondarily for appreciation. So DSTs are in large part cash flow driven. You won't see or seldom see a development project inside the DST space because the assets have to be, quote, fully stabilized. Whereas OZ zones are exactly the opposite. It's not yet a stabilized product. And so the likelihood of cash flow in the first 4 or 5 years, depending on the rebuild, the retrofit, is very, very low. So most of them do not provide cash flow. And most of the people that we deal with in the DST space are depending in no small part on that cash flow for income purposes, whether it's to augment earned income or part of their passive income stream in retirement. The income thing is an important part of the equation, and OZ zones, at least initially, don't provide income. There is probably long-term greater appreciation potential because, again, it's a development project. And if you're in the right place with the right time with the right stuff, then when it finally goes full cycle and gets sold, there could be some very, very significant underlying appreciation in that asset that perhaps is harder to find in the DST space. So they're both great products. They both give investors an opportunity to defer capital gains tax in 1031 exchange. You know, obviously, DSTs are real property and real property specific in terms of the money that's coming into them, and or people like, you know, people say, hey, look, I like that 6% tax advantage cash flow. I've got $100,000 sitting in the bank, not doing much with it. Liquidity isn't an issue. I can put money into a DST and now be in the 1031 exchange cycle. But, you know, the sources of income are probably broader in terms of the money that can be put into an opportunity zone product as opposed to a DST. Yeah. But they're both great products, albeit with different structural dynamics.